Alright guys, and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Smite, presented by Detonate GG and powered by Controllers in Color, and of course, obviously, Hi-Res Studios for Smite Game. My name is Freight Train X, and I will be co-casting the first couple games with my man Souza. What's going on, man?
Not much. Wonderful Friday night, and plenty of Smite to be played tonight. We have a lot of teams coming out to play today.
Oh, a lot of Smite for sure going to be played. As we're getting into our first games, we have the Salamander Squad versus Clan VGG right here. Picks and bans are coming in, boys. We have Kepri on the left side getting banned first. Athena getting banned out on the other side. Don't want to deal with the Guardians right now, so second ban stage coming in. You're more likely going to see a Jing 10, possibly the Souls, if we're going to keep up this trend of what you normally see in the ranked games.
I'd like to see a Jing Chan taken away here, possibly from one of these sides. Even after his nerf, he's still been incredibly difficult to deal with for a lot of people, and will still flip around your solo lane. So you're going to be in for a rough time dealing with him, especially once he starts getting into those team fights and denies your backline.
Oh yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Jing 10 in the solo lane myself and just kind of fell in love with him. He's just so good in the solo lane and does so much damage. It's kind of crazy as the Mr. Portals himself, the God of Portals, is no longer available in this game. He'll get banned out, and then there's the Soul ban. We kind of figured out Salamander Squad might want to look to go ahead and take the Jing. The Jing 10 is going to get locked in. Yeah, you expect it to be first pick, which is good, as we were just talking about what he can do and what he brings to the table. That team fight, that ultimate, if used correctly, could just. I mean, you can line up raw snipes, Scylla ultimates. I mean, anybody can have a field day with that.
Not to, once you throw in his passive, he gets so incredibly tanky. It's almost impossible to take him down if you're a backline character, and you need some way to deal with him. So now Clan VGG has to think of some way to really just peel off their backline, some way to stun him out. So they're going to plan their team comp around that. And Hoonbot is not a bad place to start that off.
Yeah, it's going to do a little bit of disruption. I mean, when you're talking about disrupting a team fight, Hoonbots is the guy I think of. I mean, Thor is also there as he can dunk in, but Hoonbots just has the ability to do it right then and there. It's like you're normally not going to miss a Hoonbots ultimate. Rarely do you see lots of Thor dunks miss, but you don't really see Hoonbots miss his ulti very much. And Geb's going to be locked in to counter any sort of Jing 10 ultimates and knockups. He can be able to shield the CC away. So good counter pick over there by the Geb to try to at least help out one of his squishy teammates.
It's definitely one of the ways you will want to go against the Jing Chan. Counter that aggression, that backline crowd control with a cleanse and some peel brought by both Geb and Hoonbot. So all in all, good counter picks from BGG in general, I'd say.
We'll see what Salamander has in store. Orphan and Eye Fates are going to have the next couple picks here involved. Might look to see the mid laner. Zeus is going to be hovered over, might get locked in here. That's a lot of damage. I mean, again, we were talking about the combination. Jing 10 throws him in there, and well, there it is. And Chiron is available. He's been available in rank, so he will also be locked in as the ADC. Haven't played too much of Chiron myself. I just know that mastery shot is really hard to hit. Pressing 2 is difficult.
The one thing I will say about Chiron, that shot, pressing 2 is pretty difficult, but I saw probably the best Sagittarius snipe last night that I've ever seen. Very edge of its range. Didn't save his life. It was just that epic because it hit him at the very tail end of the range and it killed somebody.
Yeah,
it's an insane skill shot.
I underestimated the range of it. I was playing earlier today, ADC. I was playing Apollo. I was like, oh, I'm good. He's ulting. It's just so far. I mean, you just kind of underestimate it. Yeah, out of nowhere, you just get hit by it.
The wall too.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Like,
so
those blind through the wall shots are insane to watch.
Who either going to be the counter ADC? I really like it. He's going to give a lot of good team fight presence, obviously, with that ultimate. Right now, we're looking at team circles. Hoonbot's, ultimate going to make a lot of crowd control. Geb can stick them all in there with Cataclysm, who we can just rain down the suns from the top. Whereas Salamander is kind of going for that. Jing 10's going to throw him and dunk him, and Zeus is just going to kind of throw down the lightning from the skies, and Chiron's just there to clean up the mess.
Chiron can do a pretty good job of being that cleanup god, while also providing a small amount of sustain and healing to his team. Keep them going, make sure they don't get poked down by anything VGG would want to do. So far, VGG not really looking for that poke. They're looking for some kind of all-in engagement here, and Chiron will have to think about that one. But like I said, you've got Sagittarius to keep yourself alive, and Zeus with the circles is going to have a lot of area deny, which can be used effectively as peel if you want to inside a Salamander squad.
Well, looks like Zhang Kui going to be banned out along with Cirquet. Sun Wukong, haven't seen him in a while. Ever since all of a sudden they nerfed Bluestone a little bit and there was a disappearance of Sun Wukong. It was just gone. He was like, oh, back to being bad apparently. You don't see him often anymore. Osiris seems to be the big flavor along with Bologna, so a little surprising that they're not going with the Bologna pickup. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out with the Sun Wukong.
I'd imagine it'd be more of a comfort pickup here for this all laner. Then, as Sun Wukong he's viable enough to where you can pick him up if you're comfortable and good with him. I'd say.
Oh, you have to be good with him.
That goes the same for most solo laners.
I mean, he has to feel really confident going against the Jing 10 with the Sun Wukong. I mean, he has to understand that he's probably going against Jing Ten, so he wants to be able to clear pretty easily. So Thor going to be the jungler right here for the Salamander squad, as Serket was banned out by Clan VGG, and Nua looks to be the hovered over, as that's going to provide a decent global ultimate, and hopefully, yeah, they might be able to get some picks off of that. So we have the rosters locked in, guys, and on paper, I mean, I'm looking at the screen and I'm just like, it's going to be a fight. I don't know. These are two really good teams.
I think VGG has honestly one of the better circle setups here. I would have liked somebody other than Sun Wukong maybe as their solo laner, but it's workable here. They've got good AoE pressure from Nua, especially if you can land the Shining Metal and the actual soldier combos effectively, and still get a pretty hefty amount of damage off it for that maximum burst combo. And then of course you've got Geb for a massive lockdown from his Cataclysm. VGG has the easier to execute composition, I feel, whereas Salamander Squad, they're going to play it a bit more fast and loose, protect the Zeus a bit as well. But if they can line up all their shots perfectly, maybe see like a Jingtian ultimate tossed into a shield and a massive thunderstorm, you're going to see Salamander Squad just rain death on BGG, and there's no way out of it.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, the name of the game is going to be coming up here, as actives will be the deciding factor. Beads and Heavenlies and Aegises and all the good stuff that's going to protect these guys from death. We'll see what they decide to get and how it turns out here. We got 160 seconds until the timer runs out, guys. Give us a couple minutes. We'll be right back with you for our first game of Friday Night Smite. All right, and it's the first match of the day. Like we said, guys, Salamander Squads versus Clan VGG right here. I'll introduce the boys in blue. We've got Jing Ten solo, played by Get Me Fed. iFate's jungling Thor. Orphan on the Zeus mid lane. Effects is going to be playing the Bacchus support. And Sops is going to be Chiron ADC.
Well, on this side, we got Clan VGG with Snoop Dogg Senpai coming out in the jungle with that red bot Hoon bots. Drew Weedle in the mid lane as Nuwa, the Saturday God, playing on a Friday night with the solo lane Sun Wukong, canceling on Hu Yi in the duo lane with Lady Orca as Geb.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. The Geb Hui lane should be good enough. We'll see how this Chiron acts out. Again, like, this is going to be our first game seeing him competitive, at least on Friday Night Smite. Last week we didn't see him at all, and obviously the week before that was Thanksgiving, and I don't think he was even allowed then. So
I don't think any of us were even allowed on Thanksgiving. I think we were too busy eating.
yeah, everything was going on. So hopefully everyone else had a good Thanksgiving, as Christmas is now coming up, and well, we've got a couple more weeks of Friday Night Smite left until we take our little Christmas break until World is over. But we've got a couple more weeks left still, and we're looking like an invade. So this is going to be an early Christmas present for the red team, as blue is looking to possibly take this speed for their little present.
Yeah, iFate's looking really aggressive right here. Get Me Fed, not too far behind him right there. They're moving up onto the speed up here, flipping it around. A lot of damage going out into Snoop Dogg Senpai. Spin to win coming on through. They're both taking incredibly low. The Saturday God needs to play this one so safe. He's one auto attack from death. He's going to barely escape with his life right there, but Snoop Dogg Senpai and friends are going to lose their speed buff, and most likely their blue buff as well. The health bars are just far too low on their end to really have any chance of fighting back, but they actually might look for it.
Well, Thor was able to get that last auto attack in. Sun Wukong back already to half health. He popped his health potion and was able to get back in there and multi-pot. So, I mean, using the double HP healing combination, he was able to get there. But level 2 is Fates as such. He's going to spin the Wind Hammer over there. He's not spinning just yet. He's looking for the last kill. Is he good? Oh!
He's got it. No, so close.
If he would have Berserker Barrage earlier, I think he would have had that kill. I think holding Berserker Barrage might have been a little bit of a misplay there, as he probably would have put the damage on, and he was hitting his auto attacks. I mean, you can't complain about that.
I mean, you really can't complain about putting somebody incredibly low, forcing out their potions. As a solo laner, I'd be like, it's fine, it's fine. You know, just give me that level 7 on Jingtian, and I'm just gonna roll wonders. So thanks for putting him behind a bit. And I don't think Get Me Fed is too upset about missing out on those kills from iFates.
Well, he might not be, but on the right-hand side, I mean, VGG was getting some pressure. On the left-hand side, the same pressure is going on over here, as iFates actually ends up cleaning up the kill there, but on the left, we've got a fight as Soaps and Who We are fighting at this right now, and right now, this is the better is going to cancellation, but yeah, but Bacchus was there in the minion poke, as Lady Orca wasn't able to pop out a shield level 2. I don't know if shield is level, but it was on cooldown right there, as 2 points were put into Shockwave. So not able to cleanse his or shield out his ADC. That's going to be the second kill dropped.
Like a very extended engagement over there as well. They just ended up with, unfortunately, canceling being in one of those poor, over-aggressive positions. Is a lot of times you can just kind of get caught up in the moment as an ADC, and then you realize I'm knee-deep in an enemy minion wave. The ADC is bobbing and weaving, and there's a Bacchus in my face. Usually not where you want to be, but it's one of those experiences I think we've all been through if we ever played ADC.
Yeah, I mean, Bacchus just jumps in on you. You're going to take a little bit of poke right here. But, I mean, hopefully we can end up bouncing back from this. It wasn't the first blood, so it's not going to be too bad. I mean, Thor got the first blood with his red pot.
And the
so
death
really,
timers are minimal.
Yeah, I mean, the death timers are minimal. Experience isn't going to be too bad. We'll see what ends up happening. Hoombots, though, is he's level 2 right now. Hoombots has got
been getting
0 farm. Yeah.
iFate's either been in his jungle, in his face, or just in general been a general nuisance to him this whole time. And Snoop Dogg Senpai was the one who ended up losing that first blood right there, dying to iFates, getting caught out in his own jungle, and this could be bad. Wukong finally beating his end as well. iFates collecting the second card of the game right there. And I don't think it's too disappointing after finally killing both the solo and the jungle.
Well, Thor's got 2 kills, still level 4. He's hanging out right now. Our blue team looking poised right now, have about a 2k gold lead, 3k experience lead, and that's going to be from that invade. Hoombots has just, again, been struggling right there. Level 5 is Soaps over here. Chiron has his ultimate available. So, for people that don't know, I'll hover over the ultimate. A lot of new characters don't necessarily know. Centaurus is an ability that will actually allow him to live through the wall, as he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He might have to pop that ultimate if he gets there. Bacchus' ultimate is going to come out. Cataclysm follows through right now. They're going to save out, but there goes the ultimate by Chiron, and, well, there's Centaurus at its finest. He gets the kill, and he'll just roll away and take that as clean death.
And you can't really stop him once he goes into that. Those shots are just so... We talked about this actually between, before the game, where we've been a little bit surprised by just how long the range on Centaurus is, and it's caught a lot of us off guard as well. And the damage from him is just absolutely ridiculous if you aren't expecting it. Chiron has a pretty big power spike that a lot of hunters just aren't prepared to deal with, it seems.
Well, especially with Mastery Shot, the fact that you could just auto attack and
Mm.
have a 2 hit you from like 4 or 5 seconds and then just have extra damage on you is pretty intense. And that ultimate, like I was going to say, also saves you from death. If you are about to die and you pop it, you will be alive, as Sun Wukong again is getting picked on this matchup, not going in his favor. Gets hit by the Furious. Yeah, he got hit by Furious Roar. His ultimate is available. Blue buff going to get taken out by the rotation. Thor dunks in actually in the back line, and well, I misclicked over there. I went to click on the Thor and I clicked on Zing 10, but the dunk connects and well, Sun Wukong falls like you said.
iFace has been absolutely massive this game, constantly aggressive, constantly in the faces. It looks like Salamander Squad know exactly what they're going to do, and they just want to force Clan VGG into the worst possible position, constantly be looking to steal away their advantages. And right now, it's actually paying off in dividends. They have massive XP advantages on all sides of the map, save for the dual lane. But even then, they have a discernible advantage over there as well in the form of levels. And even though the gold doesn't really mean that much right now, that 5.5 thousand experience differential is absolutely condemning for Clan VGG right now.
Yeah, no, the 5,700 experience is really the big differential. I mean, 2 levels in the mid, 3 over here on the solo lane, 3 in the jungle. Every which way you go, there's extra experience on the other hand side. As Stone Shield is down, Soaps might have to make a play, but Wee's going to use the dive bomb and go aggressively, but nothing's going to come out of that. Health pot's going to be there, and looks like Chiron will be safe to fight another day. Effective is here, though, yeah. I don't know if they do look like they see it.
They do spot him, but canceling still might get caught out here. It looks like Effective X really wants to fight. Goes in, does land the Drunken Rage right there, but Effective X now stunned inside Tower Range with that Cataclysm Sop showing up.
He's got it.
Centaurus is available.
That's
He's
one.
looking for one
Oh,
more.
he's
He's
two.
the other one. He's got the range. Can he find it? Oh, just a little bit too far to the side. But Lady Orca, they've got nowhere to run. They're going to fire off that bomb, and there we go. Sops picks up the kill with a training exercise. Lady Orca going to be the 6th victim of the game at 6 minutes in.
Well, 6-0 right now at the 6-minute mark. Like you said, again, this is getting to be a little bit of a sliding proposition here for BGG. Needed to start farming and playing a little bit safe, but I mean they are playing safe, but they're getting tower dove. I mean, there's really nothing you can do over there.
Are punishing it properly. They have gods that can actually tower dive quite effectively. They're stripping away the jungle. When a team plays safe and tries to turtle up like this early on, you know exactly how to handle it. And that's the difficulty of actually playing against a comp that can get this aggressive. You need to find the right mixture, as we see iFates dunking on it. Will find Drew with a quick wall. Thunderstorm coming on out as Orphan picks up a kill, leaving Drew a fresh Orphan to claim.
Well, at least he got a kill. Zeus has one.
Yeah.
You know, iFaces has been hogging it all up, and so has the Chiron over there. That's pretty much been about it. As Get Me Fed is going to use the ultimate right there, toss back into the uppercut. Is he going to use it? Probably doesn't even need it. Furious Roar is going to connect. I don't know if... Oh, I guess he didn't have... It was... Hook Slam was actually on cooldown right there. I was kind of wondering why that wasn't used for a second, but not enough damage to get rid of the Sun Wukong when he's in his passive right there, sitting at about 200 HP is the SWK, but pretty much more free tower poke for them, as right now Sun Wukong doesn't even have a teleport to tower with just boots online.
And it looks like he may not actually have the money to pick up a teleport right now, as we still see another gank coming in. iFade's going for Snoop Dogg Senpai again, and this is the aggression that will punish Clan VGG, as he will actually pick up that teleport, waiting a few moments for it in the solo lane.
Well,
But the real fight over in the duo lane.
Yeah, the Pink's coming out on the left-hand side, so he's doing what he can. Yeah, he's 2v1'ing right now, really effectively.
Orca gonna fall in the end, unfortunately, and while canceling dive bombs into a wrong place, wrong time. That was a big reach of the Salamander Squad right to the Gold Fury as well, and this is looking very, very devastating for VGG. So let's just sit back for a minute and say, at this point, this is usually the point where most solo queue games devolve into a little bit of a bad spot where somebody wants to surrender. But what can you really do in these shoes to try to come back?
I mean, right now, it's. I guess the ward vision has to be there so you can see where these picks are coming from. The Thor is just unbelievably everywhere. I mean, Thor really set the pace early and often and just stopped Hoonbots from being able to do anything. Hoonbots wants to fight once he hits level 5 or 6. He has abilities, he has an ultimate, but there's been no opportunity for Hoonbots to even pop an ult out, as the only ultimates we've really seen is Lady Orca and Cancelin from the Hui and duo lane. That's about all we've seen. I mean, there has been no reason for New Auto ult. She hasn't gotten anybody low enough over there, and well, I mean, the team just needs to kind of farm up and try to get to the late game if they can. It's so hard, like you said, when you know they have to turtle and you're 2 or 3 levels up and you can just dive.
Especially with like a comp that's so dive heavy like Salamander Squad. One of the things we definitely underestimated about Xingtian, one of the better divers in the game, and iFate's playing that Thor, especially with how far ahead he is right now, isn't really going to be punished by the gods that he's diving right there. So it's all up to the towers, and if he's got backup, which he normally will, as Salamander Squad are usually coordinating their dives quite effectively, it's going to be a guaranteed death.
They're going to try to get Soaps finally. Cataclysm, Fear No Evil comes out. Effective comes in. A belly flop doesn't matter. That's going to clean it up. And that, at the point in time, Soaps is going to end up getting a double as he uses the ultimate to stay alive.
4 versus 3.
That was, they're just
4 versus 2, actually.
They're so far ahead right now. They're just not able to do anything.
It's about to be a deicide. A cross-map deicide right here. Saturday God, he's just a few hits away from death. Dog Senpai does come back up in time. So, Saturday God not going to give up the cross-map deicide, but that was a technical deicide at 9 minutes in across the map.
It's just rough right now for VGG. Again, you got to look at the team comp. We liked them on paper. Initially, the draft was good. The Geb, I liked it versus the Sun Wukong or versus the Jing 10 and even the Bacchus. And I really did kind of like most of their draft strategy, but that invade early on, when you're not ready for an invade and you get invaded and then almost drop first blood and then eventually do drop first blood, it's demoralizing and it's hard to recover from. And right now, they're just kind of showing that.
It actually ends up being a little bit worse than just ending up losing the engagement here. As we will see Droodle get caught out. He's going to get spun to 1 inside of his own fog res. This has no real escape. It's actually even harder to come back because you're playing a lot safer. You're trying to buy time. And you end up losing out on Vanisher. Sops going toe-to-toe with 2 members alone.
Oh,
He's
the giddy
far
up.
ahead. Lady Orca just going to get giddy up on through right there as Sops running rampant. Teleport over the wall from iFates as canceling. He's got one way out, but he goes forward trying to juke back. Sops gets a double kill right here under tower. Orphan alone with Snoop Dogg Senpai. Senpai trying to find some kind of kill here, but that's another death. There's 3 members down as Droodle just respawns right there. Saturday God dealing with Jing as best as he can. There's not really too much he can do against Get Me Fed as he is incredibly fed right now.
Again, at this point, it's just a one-sided game, 18-0. I'll hit the graphs up, but 18,000 experience. The gold is near the 10K mark, but it's the XP. They just have so many more levels that they're so much healthier than they should be. As iFates again is just going to dunk on in and spin the wind will go ahead and clean that kill 6-0. It's a little bit of small. VGG just has some positioning issues. Again, Nuwa kind of taking that path into the mid lane. Probably should just went around realizing the tier 1 was gone. Canceling over there, kind of jumping back into it. Small little things here and there. But this is a big tournament this week. We've got 17 teams, I believe. This is the most we've had in a long time. So we do have a lot of newer teams that are involved, and this is practice for everybody. So as long as they do learn from their experience here and what to do, hopefully next week if they sign up, they can put on a little bit of a better performance. Because right now, we have to be kind of honest here. We're pretty much going to have to call this game in a Salamander squad's favor.
Mm-hmm. This is what happens sometimes. So a Salamander squad, they're a very experienced team, especially with their players. iFates, we've definitely seen him before in so many different tournaments, in the Challengers Cup as well. He is a very experienced jungler, and he's put together a pretty good squad as well here. So Clan VGG, this is what will happen on your first tournament sometimes. Sometimes you draw bad seeds, sometimes you get messed up, but you come back next week and you try again.
We try to do our best, obviously, not to pit teams against each other that we're not sure about, but when we all have new teams every time changing, a lot of times the team names don't recognize. As the ultimate comes on the left-hand side, Hui is just hanging out in the air. He's going to drop right back down in place, hopefully not die from the Bacchus. He'll fight it out. He'll get the stun. Hui is fighting at least, though. He's inside the ultimate, but Orphan ends up cleaning that up with 1 auto attack as he was just 1 hit away. So nothing really we could do there. Again, no tier 1 towers across the board for anybody. At this point, I'm just kind of rooting for Clan VGG just to get a kill here.
I'd like for them to get something here to claim back, but unfortunately that may or may not be a possibility. It seems like Salamander Squad, despite playing aggressive with their dives, are at least playing fairly intelligent of what they try to pull off here, not going into too many bad situations.
They're trying.
They're trying to close this game out in an intelligent way here. As we'll see, Get Me Fed in a bad spot. Actually, will drop his Whirlwind of Rage and Steel, trying to actually pull off some damage. He's going toe to toe with 3 members right now, flipping everybody around. We will see a Fear No Evil. They actually could find something here, but Saturday God burning down so fast. Snoop Dogg going to be the first to fall as a 1v3 goes in favor of Get Me Fed right here. Now the team and the cavalry has arrived. iFates picking up the 2nd kill of this fight. Get Me Fed diving on in, knocks him up, knocks him down, takes him out. iFates takes him apart right there. I don't think he needs to ask anymore. He already is fed 25-0 at 13 minutes in. And this, unfortunately, I think we have to call a good game at this point.
Yeah, we're just here right now, just kind of looking at the rest of the game. I would say this game could probably end in the next 10 minutes if they kind of push up one lane. Realistically, this could be about a 20-25 minute game at this point in time. Just the level differential. Chiron is just level 16. Just the XP's unreal, and Just VGG doesn't even have enough money to buy wards, and that's really where it comes at. Like you can't buy wards. Left hand side tower is going to fall down right here into their jungle. What is the ward command? Let's see wards placed. See if I can find that real fast. That's 5. Geb has actually placed 6 wards surprisingly, and that's a lot of money invested into wards from a team. There's that toss into the ultimate by Zeus that I was talking about earlier, and that's going to be the double for Zeus. And well, that was one of the combinations I expected to see late game, like 20-something minutes as
we are basically late game.
Yeah, we're late game for Salamander at this point in time, so we do see that combination come out. The ward vision actually has been 10 wards, 13. There's a lot of wards that have been placed. I just don't know whether they've been in the wrong spots or if the ganks have just been that good to the point where they've gone around them.
I mean, it's really hard to actually ward effectively when you have to consider the fact that it's a Thor jungle and he will be getting around most of your wards quite effectively. I believe most of the wards are centered on the duo lane, which most of was resolved by rotations that came from a mile off and they're already invested in some pretty big fights. Or we're just straight up 2v2s where the Salamander squad duo lane ended up winning the fight here. Fire Giant being taken
Fire Giant's winning.
Squad.
Fire Giant was winning for a second. I mean, effective right there is going to take a little bit of poke up and down is the Bacchus, but they're going to run into a couple members of Red right here. Nuwa's going to pop out the minion store. Is going to go up in the air, and, well, this is probably going to be a dunk on the Hoombots right here into the middle. Fear to Evil comes out. Oh, but he dunks and gets the kill. He still gets Fear to Evil. Intoxicate is going to clean that out, and Fates will go ahead and grab his second kill of that fight right there. That's going to be a double. 11-0-9 reads the Thor.
11. That's an absolutely disgusting score right there. 31-0 is the kill count. 15 minutes in. I think at this point they're just trying to close out the game slowly but surely. Salamander squad, props them for not trying to go super aggressive and throw it away. Clan VGG doing whatever they can to put up a fight, but unfortunately at this point there isn't really much of a fight to be put up here as iFate simply dives under the Phoenix. He takes a lot of damage from the Phoenix slowly but surely, but Druidal can't really effectively close the gap with Effective X in his face right now. Lady Orca shows up, drops a Cataclysm. We'll see Snoop Dogg Senpai showing up, but he has no Fear No Evil available to him right now, trying to buy time here. Effective X now down below has Whirlwind of Rage and Steel, just absolutely shredding Helpless out there as iFate turns around with his own spin to win as well. Saturday God tries to escape through the ultimate, but unfortunately Sops firing shots in his back. iFate's looking for that triple, but Sops is the one to find another double right here, right outside the Titan. Minion waves pushing on in. This should be a good game right here. Unless Salamander squad want to go for like the sure thing and just try to close out every Phoenix first.
Well, that Titan still has 11,000 HP. I know they're all level 18. I mean, the items are in their favor. I guess Zeus is coming along, pushing up the left side. They've got 2 Phoenixes down. 9,500 HP is the Titan. Looks like they are just going to go ahead and get all 3 Phoenixes down real fast, and then they'll look to go ahead and push up once the minion waves get there with their Zeus as well for the team fight. Ultimate's going to come out by a Wii. Hook Slam's going to connect. Oh, with the Thor ultimate on top of that. Oh, that's dirty right there, guys. Intoxicate finishes it up. Get Me Fed is just eating them up right now. Orphan cleans it up with a double. The second deicide in the matter of about 60 seconds just occurred. And, well, this will be a sub-20-minute game, guys, as that's 41-0. VGG, you showed up. You did what you had to do. But at the end of the day, Salamander squad had that early invade, put a lot of pressure, and really just couldn't come back from it. So that will do it for our first game, guys. We'll go ahead and be right back with our second one as soon as we finish